Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today we just have the one league game for you away against our former club, Plymouth Argyle, and we also have the rest of the transfer roundup today in what has been a very busy time. It's taken me a long while to get through the transfer window, to be honest. We've been looking for players in certain positions, and it's just been really, really difficult to find the right quality of players to be able to bring in certain positions. As you can see, season started off quite well. We're sat in seventh place at the moment with 2 wins and 2 draws, so we're proving to be very, very tough to beat. But we've also had a couple of wins in the cup in that period of time as well. Sheffield United and Crystal Palace were the 2 draws, and if we just have a quick look at the league table, they are in second and third respectively, so they are good draws to get, I think, to be quite honest. Obviously, following the opening day win against Lincoln, we had a 2-0 win at home against Stoke, who have had a good start to the season as well. But that was in the Cup. Goals from Tufik Saidu and Brennan Johnson got us through that game. A 2-0 draw away at Sheffield United. Freddie Robbins, one of the younger players, and again, Brennan Johnson on the score sheet in that match. A 1-0 draw at home to Crystal Palace in the league. Kokolakis with the goal. A Jake O'Brien own goal just 2 minutes later unfortunately led to us dropping the points there. We won in the second round of the Carabao Cup with a 1-0 win away at Fleetwood. Again, a goal from Kokolakis. He's really settled into the squad well. We also gave Osman Knoll, the backup keeper, a game for that, and he kept a clean sheet, which is always good to see. A 2-1 win at home against Watford. Kokolakis again on the score sheet, and Tijan Roofs on the score sheet as well. One of our new signings, which I will show you momentarily. And in the Carabao Cup third round, we came up against United away. Brian Brobby scored in the 70th minute to give us the lead. We conceded in the 92nd minute, unfortunately. So it was almost a good shock in that Carabao Cup tie, but then we lost on penalties. So obviously, I did say we've been busy, and my word, we have been busy. £62 million overall spent on transfers coming into the club, with 76 million being received. So we're on a net transfer profit of around £14 million in this transfer window. We've done really, really well, in my opinion. Um, and we've made 6 signings since you were last with us, as well as selling quite a few players and sending a load of players out on loan as well. So we'll go through the exits first. Amongst them was Adapo. He was out of contract at the end of the season, 33 years of age, £2.6 million from Saudi club Al-Ettifaq. We just decided to let him go. Job done. Again, reserves got sent out on loan deals. James Sermani was a youngster we had, £1.8 million to Leicester. Jacob Greaves also went to Al Ettifaq, 32 years of age, the central defender. He wanted to play regular football. He wasn't going to get any better at 32, so we sold him to them in the last year of his contract also for £4 million. A few other loan deals there. Brennan Johnson went to Olympiacos for £8 million. We've agreed to pay him 25 grand a week still, incidentally, until the end of this season, which is when his original contract would have expired. And, we've still saved 65 grand a week on his wage. Another loan deal there. John Snowden Macaulay, the youngster that came through the club's youth academy, he attracted interest from Arsenal and Chelsea. We got £8 million for him, which, to be quite honest, he was a player that was just going to be a bit part player for us anyway, so we've decided to cash in on him. And as soon as the interest came in, naturally, he did want to leave. And Jared Branthwaite, finally, we managed to sell him. He has gone to Real Zaragoza for just £5 million. Um, we had to get rid of him. He was constantly going on and on about being sold, so we did let him go. He has a release clause of 133 million at Zaragoza. So yeah, what could have been is what I'll term that one as, to be honest. And then the 6 signings that we've managed to bring in. So obviously, because we sold Brennan Johnson, and I also thought that we were going to be selling Tyler Dibling as well. He has stayed, but he's happy to stay at the moment because no concrete interest came in for him. So Tijan Roofs has come in, and what a player this lad looks. £2.5 million we've spent on him. That was it. His natural fitness isn't the best, but he's got decent physical attributes other than that. I mean, his mental attributes are insane. Great off the ball movement. He can cover up front as well as in behind. He's a Premier League quality player with great finishing, first touch and heading ability really good. His heading's really good, despite him only being 5'3", but he's going to be really quick with his feet, really good flair as well. I think he could be an excellent, excellent signing, especially for that price. You know, what can you say? I mean, at 2.5 million, he was worth the risk. And then we've signed Zinedine Zidane. Yeah, I know. Not that one. Zinedine Zidane Bedoya has come in from Atletico Nacional. Um, Again, it's another attacking midfielder, £300,000. He was out of contract in December, so we got him to sign the contract and then we just bought him anyway at 300,000. Physical attributes really good. Certain areas of his mental attributes aren't the best, but he's a good finisher, good dribbling ability, long shot, passing technique. He could be a really good dark horse for us in that attacking midfield. So again, really, really happy to have him in. And again, these players that we've signed on the cheap as well, if things don't work out, it's guaranteed profit. But they could easily play in the Premier League, these guys as well. Really, really happy to have managed to get him in. Obviously, it'll be quite weird. I think we're just going to call him Bedoya. I don't think we can liken him to Zinedine Zidane, even though he's already most of the way there just with his name. Um, Moshood Yakubu was the next lad that we brought in, a 23-year-old Nigerian wingback. £7.5 million we spent on him. So a little bit more money having to be spent. We needed someone in that right back role. He's a good young player, I think. Really good work rate, good physical attributes as well. Defensively, not too bad, and he's a decent crosser of the ball, but he's got good concentration and decision making as well. So I think he is a good, solid player to have to help us in that right back position. Jake O'Brien, of course, will be moving to centre back with Branthwaite having left. So Yakubu in as the main wing back, but then we've got the cover in there at right back as needed. Ole Debelko coming in. Who did we sign him from? Ruch in Ukraine. £1.1 million. Attacking midfielder, can also play as a striker. He's not the best finisher, but again, exciting player, good determination, and really good technique as well. I think he could be another really good young player to have brought in. Again, guaranteed profit if it doesn't work out for him. But again, that attacking midfield area is going to be well stocked. And it also means Kokalakis can cover up front with Brian Brobby. In the end, I couldn't find an out and out striker that could cover enough that was of a reasonable price. So DeBelco did come in. And that was what the first signing of three actually on deadline day. With Branthwaite having left on deadline day, we were scrambling to try and find someone, and it's taken me a good hour of strolling through all of the scout reports, everything, to try and find a decent centre back and holding midfielder because a lot of our centre backs, as you know, cover in that defensive midfield. So Luis Motta we brought in for £3.8 million from Rio Ave. Really good central defender, but he can play in defensive midfield as well. Largely, I reckon he's going to be a centre back, to be honest, because he's not got that passing ability in the midfield. But his defensive attributes are brilliant, in my opinion. Good heading, marking, tackling, positioning, really determined character, good concentration, good bravery as well. He's the kind of player that we need in at centre back. He won't go into the squad straight away, I don't think, but he has got that little bit of room to improve. And at 23 years of age, he has certainly got a good career ahead of him, I would say. And following that, £10.5 million we spent. Valladolid didn't want to let him go. We've overspent on him a little bit. Lamine Fane. Now, to be quite honest, we overspent on him a little bit based on his valuation at Valladolid, but he is worth a little bit more than what we've paid following bringing him over to England. And again, I think he could play in the Premier League as well. Really good physical attributes, really good consistent mental attributes, and decent technical attributes as well. Really good all-round player for that defensive midfield. It was a position we really needed an extra body in because of that central defensive covering scenario that we have. And again, I'm really, really happy to have brought him in. He's 29 years of age. He's got good experience as well. So, yeah, realistically, we've brought in a really, really good mix of talent. So the squad overall is a lot different to what it was to start with. And we've saved a lot of money on wages. Um, I think overall we've spent. Let's have a quick look at the budgets again. Sorry, so we've still got money available from the wage budget. Um, the original wage bill was 1.8 million pounds. We're down to well, we're going to give ourselves a wage budget of 1.2 million. So we've saved £600,000 a week on wages doing the deals that we have done so far, which is absolutely remarkable amounts of money. The club is in a lot of debt, £700 million worth of net debt the club is in at the moment, which is why the transfer revenue retainment is so low. But we are also in talks for a takeover as well. We weren't put under a transfer embargo, so we managed to get all the business done that we could. Um, so yeah, it's just going to be one of those things. We'll have to keep an eye on it and go from there. So going into today's game, there is a little bit of rotation in there against Plymouth. Edwards is in at centre back with Vera, who remains in the starting spot there. Unfortunately, Yakubu has taken a little bit of a knock, so O'Brien's going to have to start at right back today. I don't know if it's Lamine Fan or Fane or what, but Lamine Fane, whichever you want. He is in central midfield with Mwanga today. Debelko is getting given the nod in the attacking midfield. The thing is, with us dropping to the wide midfielders here, it's having a bit of an effect on our attacking players because they do drop back into normal midfield. So don't read too much into that. It's largely down to the attacking side of the game. Dibbling is on the bench today. Roofs misses out. He's just struggling a little bit fitness-wise. That's going to be the key thing with him. His fitness isn't the best. Hopefully it's something that we will be able to improve with him. And Michael Engo is now unregistered. He's under transfer offer, potentially to leave for £1 million. Again, end of contract at the end of the season. It makes sense to let him go. But overall, I'm really happy with the squad. We've brought in some really good young players, and in time, these players are going to be making a difference as well. A couple of the players we're training for new positions. Cherisis are actually training to play at right back, so I think to be fair, we will start him today at right back, and we'll give O'Brien the centre back role with Edwards. Um, and yeah, it's just going to be a case of seeing how we get on. Like I say, Roofs in an ideal world would be playing a little bit more this season, and Dibbling, of course, is the other player that we're going to have to keep an eye on as well. We've got a lot of cover defensively and in defensive midfield, so Roofs can come in on the bench today just to give us that little bit more of an attacking option. But other than that, let's see how we get on against our former club. We did build a really good team at Plymouth, as you're aware, having just missed out on the playoff final last year. Um, so this could be a really interesting one. We've made a good start to the season. We're proving to be tough to beat. Obviously, Branthwaite's a very key player, and he has left the club. As you can see, the Plymouth team, a couple of fresh faces in there, but other than that, it is largely the team that we left them, but they have made some new signings. And yeah, we'll just have to see what happens today. But, we need to keep up this momentum. We need to hit the ground running this season if we want to be in a fight for promotion. So, obviously, Brian Brobby is a really good striker. He's got that physical side of his game as well. Kokolakis, we can easily drop him back and it'll be absolutely fine. As Debelko picks it up on this right hand side, gets past his man, he's swung it in, and Moody makes a comfortable claim. Highlights straight from kickoff. It's very rare that it happens completely straight away, but 30 seconds in, and we've already tried to push Plymouth back a little bit. And we're putting the pressure on them a little bit here, but they are passing the ball really well. And as we know, they are quite good at that from when we were there. But Moanga doing really well. O'Brien to Fan. And now Saidu looking over the top. Kokolakis in behind, gets the shot away. And that's a lovely finish. And he has proven to be a fantastic signing. Obviously, he can cover up front and in that attacking midfield. But at the minute, because of his goal scoring return at the start of the season, he is keeping Robbie out of the team. And obviously, the amount of experience Robbie's got, it will certainly come in useful throughout the campaign. But that is a brilliant start from us. 1 minute in, we gave them an early warning sign. They didn't adhere to it. And we've managed to get an early goal. And again, highlights continuing straight from kickoff. And we're only 2 minutes in, remember. Um, Rodriguinho back to Besene, and now Rezai. Tujga, good interception from Edwards. Plays it into Bedoya, launches it over the top, and it's easily cleared by Masuda into Alain. And now Rezai again, playing it through the centre, and again, good interception. I think the thing is as well, because we've got the centre backs playing in defensive midfield, that defensive awareness is really going to help us, I think. And Cherisis coming down this right hand side, using his pace well, lays it back to the edge of the area for Fan. And now Debelco into Mwanga, and Moody makes the save. And we are very much putting Plymouth under pressure here in this early part of the game. Cherisis with the corner. We've got some big boys to aim at. Toward the far post, it's cleared away. And it remains 1-0. But this has been a very, very positive start. And again, the highlight is still continuing. We've not stopped since kickoff. And here's Charisis. Plays it into the penalty area. It's taken a deflection. What a save from the keeper there. Charisis back to Fan. And now Charisis said again, it's still continuing here. Plymouth all over the place. And I don't know what we're seeing here. Oh, it's goal line technology that we're seeing. And that's over the line. I'm sorry. Goal line technology just proved that that was over the line and it wasn't given. I know it's a game. There will be minor errors in there, but that was over the line. We all saw it. That should be 2-0. Plymouth trying to come forward again. A lot of highlights at the start of this game. We were completely dominating. Rodriguinho swings it into that far post. Good header from Tarome. And again, having that height in the wing back position as well is certainly going to help us. That's great passing play. What a save from Williams. That is. Tujgar, I mean, he put a lot of welly behind that effort as well. It was a really, really good save. And Plymouth just starting to grow into the game after our early dominance. But bear in mind, if we don't win this, I'm going to claim that the goal line technology was wrong. So yeah, we've got something to work with for sure in our complaints. Francis into Tujgar again, and another fantastic piece of goalkeeping from Williams. I mean, he got man of the match incidentally in one of the drawn games again. I think it was against Sheffield United. He made 11 saves in that game. Debelko with the delivery. Edwards couldn't get there, and it's taken a massive couple of deflections there. Kokolakis volleying it back in, and I think it's just come off the back of Jake O'Brien. And we do have a 2-goal advantage now, and it has been coming for the most part. Again, I mean, defensively, Plymouth all over the place, but we do have the big men in there for a reason. Kokolakis, massive deflection. Oh, Jake O'Brien, it didn't actually deflect off him. He actually headed it. So he did manage to direct it purposefully, shall we say. 2-0, 20 minutes gone. And at the moment, our move to Everton would appear to be vindicated. Rezai into Masuda, into Oswald now, down this right-hand side. Plymouth just knocking the ball about a little bit. Be interesting to see tactically if they've changed anything either. Saidu intercepting, but couldn't get anywhere with it. And Bar now trying to get in behind, back to Oswald, and that's a really good goal. And we know how good he is as a player, Oswald. He's scored quite a few lovely goals for us when we were in charge there. And Plymouth trying to get themselves back into this game. It's 2-1 now. Not the best from our point of view defensively, I must say. I mean, that strike, there's no way that should be getting through our defenders. Lamine Fan at fault there. But, I mean, as a performance so far, I'm really pleased with how we're playing. A little bit worried about that defensive frailty there, but other than that, we're looking pretty reasonable. Oswald here with a free kick, just on the edge of the centre circle. He's going to be launching this in clearly, and a good header from Fan. Edwards picks it up now, plays it into Debelco, and the counter-attack is on. Debelco charging forward. He has support arriving if he can find it. He goes into the penalty area, and that is a lovely, lovely goal. It's great composure from the young Ukrainian on his debut. And we take a 3-1 advantage now. Again, only half an hour gone in the game. But, I mean, he took his time, and he wasn't put under any pressure from the Plymouth defence. And it was a lovely, lovely finish. And he looks like he could be a very special player for us as well. And again, all these players, we've signed them really, really cheaply. and transfer profit for the whole window, I think we've done superbly, to be honest, in the market to get the players that we have. Um, and they're certainly showing why we've brought them in early doors. Rodriguinho now loses out to Debelko, Kokalakis into Fan, into Bedoya. Couldn't quite get past Max Alain there, and Francis into Rodriguinho. And now the counter attack is on. We do have the pace at the back to get there. Francis there with an effort, and again a good save from Williams. And now O'Brien into Tarome, and now Saidu. Again, we're playing really confident football at the moment. And again, now that the transfer window is over and done with, the team can settle, the squad in its entirety can settle, and hopefully we will be on a really good run of form throughout the whole campaign. Williams rightfully rating as 7.6, a couple of great saves early on in the match, and just got to keep doing what we're doing in the second half. And fingers crossed, we'll be away with 3 points here against our former club. That is certainly the target. And again, I can't fault the lads. Obviously, we've not tried this formation before in terms of the way that we're playing as well, but certainly seems to be working for us at the moment. But we've got really good quality in this squad, I think. And obviously, with the players we've sold, we've managed to bring in good quality, probably quality that should be playing above championship level. And we've proved that we can compete with better teams. I mean, drawing to United in the Cup, I don't know if they rotated the team or not, but that draw, when we could have won the game, it can make a big difference. We've done really, really well at the start of the season. Tujga in behind, plays it across. It's taken a couple of deflections, and we're just struggling to get it away here. Oswald again getting into the penalty area, and again, good defending in the end to get it clear. And it remains 3-1. Half an hour to go. Just keep an eye on player fitness as well. Zidane Bedoya's just struggling a little bit in the attacking midfield, fitness-wise. Mwanga's struggling as well as Tarome. Bedoya's not rating particularly well at the moment. He's had a really tough game, as is Tarome. Oswald's completely battered him today. And Abdullah Bar has managed to get in and make it 3-2. We're just going to demand a little bit more. I know we're winning the game, but we're just letting them back into it a bit here. And I'm wondering if, at times, some of the players are thinking that it should be just enough to play the game and it'll get us over the line. But apparently, we are going to struggle in this second half. So I've demanded a little bit more from them. We'll see if we can just get our way through the game. It's been a very even match, incidentally, in terms of chances. 20 odd minutes to go. Saidu is going to have to come off for Dibbling. Roofs can come on for Bedoya as well. We'll just switch the roles for those two a little bit as well. Moanga is going to come off for Messias. And Tarome at left back is struggling as well. So have we got another option? So Vera is going to have to come on at left back. Big opportunity for him at left back, to be fair. Could open up a position for him in the team. And we'll save the last substitution just in case we need it. And unfortunately, the substitutions have taken place when we're defending a set piece. Rodriguinho getting into the penalty area, plays it into Kettleson, and Williams again with a good save. And we do need to be a little bit careful here. Plymouth very much developing their way to be the better team in this match. And their two central midfielders are they're much more forward thinking than we had them there. It's not been the best performance from us in the second half. Good stuff from Vera, though, managing to win it off Oswald. Messias into Vera again. Well played into Fan. Forward to Dibbling. Now then, we do have that attack v defence mentality. Dibbling just about got that pass through. Vera gets on around the outside, gets the cross in. Roofs, he managed to head it back, and it's taken a deflection off McConville. And, I mean, Roofs is... Remember, we said he's 5'3". He somehow won the header, nodded it back to Charisis, and the strike from him takes a deflection off of McConville. I mean, to be fair, he struck it quite well, but McConville's deflection takes it into the back of the net, and we restore our 2-goal lead. And again, I said this before, defensively, I think we're a strong team, but looking at the quality we've got going forward, I think it's largely going to be a case of us outscoring teams this season. I think we've got the quality up front that we can probably outscore anybody, to be honest. And in the end, it's proven worth it today. 4-2 away win against our former club, Plymouth. They've had a tough start to the season, I think, to be fair. But a really, really good result from our perspective. Hopefully, again, as I said in the previous episode, it will give us something to build on. We're going to be in and around the promotion fight, I think, anyway. It boosts us up to fourth. It's very early in the season, of course, anyway. Plymouth down in 18th place at the moment. But again, it's still very early in the season, and we've got a lot of work to do over the course of the campaign if we want to maintain a fight for promotion. But really good performances, good debuts in there as well. Really, really pleased with how we've done. So in terms of things going forward, we're probably going to come back. We will do a couple of games in the next episode. I'm looking at, well, we've got a Welsh double away from home at the start of October. I don't know how things are going to work with the FA Cup this season. Being in the Championship, I think it's second round, is it, that we go into? So depending on that, obviously, it could also depend on what fixtures we show. But we'll be looking toward the start of October, and fingers crossed, we can keep up this momentum. Got some tough games to come. I think we're good enough to challenge any team in this division. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.